With the NBA season in full swing, baseball getting underway, and the NCAA tournament, plus the Masters right around the corner, the sports calendar is officially heating up, and that means now is the perfect time to take your sports fan couch experience to the next level by getting in on the action yourself. The Athletic has partnered with BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, to bring you the latest odds and exclusive offers to bring you closer to the game than ever. Subscribers of The Athletic get an in-depth analysis from our newsroom, plus insight into the latest betting trends and odds from BetMGM's team of experts, getting you the context that you need to nail your next pick or parlay. I'm looking at the Philadelphia 76ers at plus 1,400 to win the NBA title. Maybe they'll trade for Kyle Lowry. I don't know. If you bet that now, you just get that baked in. So right now, BetMGM is offering Down to Dunk listeners a risk-free bet up to $600 when you use the promo code DOWN2DUNK. Just sign up at BetMGM.com and use the bonus code DOWN2DUNK to take advantage of this special offer from the king of sportsbooks. This offer is for new customers. It's a risk-free bet up to $600 at BetMGM.com with the bonus code DOWN2DUNK. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions.
Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, or West Virginia only. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado, Nevada, and Virginia. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help in Michigan. 1-800-GAMBLER in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. And 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. In Tennessee, call or text the red line at 800-889-9789. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. Promotional offer not available in Nevada.
Good morning and welcome. Episode 9, 7, 6 Down to Dunk. You can find us on The Athletic and anywhere else you subscribe to your podcast. Go to theathletic.com/down2dunk and get The Athletic for $3.99 a month. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. If you pre-ordered a Shop Good shirt, they should be on their way, but there's still a few in stock. Go check them out. I am Luke, joined this morning by Andrew.
I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool, pretty damn cool. Wow!
Slam through.
Taylor.
My wife asked me to go get 6 cans of Sprite from the grocery store. I realized when I got home that I'd picked 7 up. School's out
Wow.
for summer. School's out. Chili.
Chili.
And Jay.
It's Jay.
Guys, guess what? The boys are back in town.
Wow. We have not, so if you are not watching on YouTube, we have not sat around a table together in over a year, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
Jay and Andrew have not seen each other in person for a year.
Or the L-Man.
Or the
L-Man.
L-Man.
Yeah, for a full year.
Which
Good.
feels a little different because we've
Now
done it.
kids.
We did an entire
Now kids. Now kids.
we did an entire trivia season. We've gone through
Yep.
the entire bubble. We've now
wow.
done over half the NBA season, and here we are.
Yeah, it's
The world
crazy.
shut down a year ago.
It's crazy that a year ago, like we're like, okay, what are we going to do for this podcast while
For-
there's no NBA?
But this is what it was. It was like, what are we going to do for this podcast for only about 2 or 3 months, and then it'll be back to normal.
Right.
No problem.
And if you didn't know that the NBA shut down a year ago yesterday, there's 1.5 million podcasts
Yeah,
About
that
it.
Royce had to be a part of
yeah, no kidding.
that you can go and listen to all of that content.
Hey, I do have a question about that real quick,
Mhm.
Andrew.
Mhm.
Like Royce, does he get to, if he goes and guests on a podcast, I know sometimes he's friends with them, so he won't get paid for it. But like, if it's cross platforms or cross companies, do they have to have some kind of like payment?
It's funny. Most shows, this is very inside baseball here. Most shows in the U.S. don't do that. It's possible to do it, but actually, like in Europe, podcasts, like that's a typical practice. Is that
You
they
pay
get
for an appearance?
They get paid like the equivalent of like $50 to $100.
Yeah,
to do an appearance. But I've never really heard of it in the United States. Everybody's just courteous.
Just does it?
Yeah. Which is wild. Same for like radio appearances and stuff like that. For the most part, unless you have a contract with them, you're just doing it.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, local radio, yeah, but I think like, never mind. Luke, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. So the Thunder win last night in OKC. A year later, they're back in Oklahoma City, and we got to watch the Mavericks versus the Mavericks.
How did it feel in the arena?
It was weird. It was super weird. You mean watching
Did they
the
do like a
Mavericks?
tribute video to
Watching all
the
the
Jazz
Mavericks?
game?
No, they did. All of like
One
the
year
game
ago
ops,
today.
all the game ops stuff was not geared to that at all. But they did give us a mask. This mask,
That's a good looking mask.
yeah. They gave us a hand sanitizer,
Wow.
and they gave us like this little thing with a cookie attached to it. They gave everybody that came
a cookie or clicky?
cookie.
I don't know what a clicky would be, so that makes sense.
They gave us a little
Clicky?
clicky,
Like a
Just
thing
give us
that
a little
just-
clicky.
with a little cookie
just
attached
clicks?
to it, and they gave us some extra snacks.
So they want
the night.
you to have a mask on, but they also want you to be eating. So take your mask
Man, it's
off.
very confusing.
It's very confusing.
Thunder
Yeah,
need to
it's-
explain themselves.
we're all sitting in like these basically like cubicles at the game,
Hmm.
and there's glass separating each person.
Uh,
So it's
you knock?
very safe.
do you knock when you want to talk to someone next to you?
We lean back.
You lean back,
Yeah.
and take your mask off.
Yes, and scream. I actually did that a couple times.
Hey,
so
let me
that'd
ask you a
probably be
question. So
frowned
I've been
upon.
thinking about this a lot with the Oklahoma City, really with all of the NBA, really any sport.
Mhm.
Is you have these coaches that put on their masks, but anytime they want to be heard, they pull their masks down and yell.
And scream. Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance that the NBA was like, let's give them like megaphones?
That would be cool.
Awesome.
Like you can just go, hey, through a mask and it could be heard.
Yeah, that's true.
Will you talk to Adam Silver about that?
You can hear very well. Like I'm very far away from them. Well, not very far away. I'm far away from them, and I can hear everything for the most part. So I think it's just they just feel like this will help
Yeah.
when they do it. It just feels like more emphatic. to
Yeah,
them.
I just feel like if
Then
you had
it
a
is like
megaphone,
they
you could
can't
just
hear.
go, hey, Shay, pass the ball.
Or like
Move
little
around this way. Do
They
that.
should put like little
Good shot, guys.
implants behind everyone's ear,
Ooh, yeah.
so that way they can talk.
That's
Guys,
how
we're
it should
kind of
work.
burying the lead because something happened last night that will redefine this franchise for a generation to come.
forever.
Luke got a discreet package in the
It's not that.
It's not untrue, but
Lexi, I can't finish. This.
he was
Sorry.
announced first in the arena, and it was just glorious to hear
Announced
his
first.
name. Yeah, Alexei Pokushevsky. It was great.
in the
And
starting lineup, and I'll just say it, did not disappoint.
he was
Wow.
spectacular. His stat line is sick.
Go ahead and read it for us.
14 points,
Yep.
8 rebounds,
Mm.
3 assists, 2 blocks, only 2 turnovers, which they were just blatant,
They were so
And
bad. Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But only 2. And he shot 4 free throws last night and made all 4. He is 100% from the free throw line in the NBA.
He's skipping over 2 other percentage stats, but we don't need to go over this.
He early in the game tried one of his behind the back passes to Al Horford.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I was completely and utterly thrilled
Yeah.
Yes.
when that happened.
Yeah.
But he also
It also had 0 chance of getting its way to Al
No.
Horford.
but he owned it immediately.
Yep.
And then Al like kind of consoled him like, it's okay. try to not do that ever again.
Don't be like that.
Don't do it. This is not the G League. But he played great and with a ton of confidence. And he missed a couple shots. He missed 4 threes, but there were 2 of them particularly that didn't even catch iron. But I could tell you when he shot those that they were not going to hit.
He
hesitated so much on those, which is not really what he has done. But he's beginning to understand and think about the game. I was thoroughly impressed with what he did. He obviously hit a gigantic 3.
That 3 was a very impressive,
huge. Yeah. And you know that Dort had no desire to pass him the ball, but he was up in the air and he's like, "Oh, Poku's the only one that's open. Here you go."
The Mavs, credit to the Mavs, they funneled that ball to Poku
and paid
to their demise.
To their own demise. They paid the price.
And then he also, the thing that's maybe not really thought about as much is because we are so offensively focused, but he also had 2. I mean, he had 1 block that was kind of at the end of the game where he blocked that 3-pointer, at least interrupted it. But he had a huge block on Brunson at the rim.
Yeah.
In really kind of clutch time. I just was impressed. I thought Poku he looks like a different player completely by the time he came back from the G League versus when he left.
Yeah.
And I think that he may just fit better next to better players.
Sure. Yeah.
And I don't think that they'll start him over Baze when Baze is ready to come back, but I honestly think they should. Because 1, I believe that Poku's development at this point is probably more important because his ceiling, he has a higher ceiling, he's got a better feel for the game. I just think his ceiling is way higher. So I think that might be more important. And then maybe if they trade Horford, they just start Baze and Poku.
Oh, that's my dream.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, that would be great.
So I do think that I hope that he continues to start. I don't think he will. I think that Bazley will get that spot when he comes back and Poku will come off the bench.
But he's surely earning a substantial amount of minutes in the rotation, especially if what happened last night is indicative of what's going to happen going forward.
Yeah.
Pretty clear that the Thunder are, like Muscala set, for no reason.
They went like full tank lineups is what they did.
There was a point when they had Kendrick Williams, Ty Jerome, Moses Brown, Roby, and then who was the 5th? Somebody else that
Teo.
Teo was the 5th. Yeah.
They had that lineup on the floor for large amounts of time last night. Like and this is for those of us who are looking at this team's future and saying, if they hit, I want to help us grasp this. If the Thunder can get any one of the top 5 guys, we're looking at a 2 to 3 year timeline on being right back in contention.
Yeah.
Because Shea is proving week after week this season that he is an elite level of player.
He was so good last night.
Incredible. And playing with unbelievable confidence and I just am shocked by him every time I watch him play about how good he's playing. And so it's like, I know that it's fun to watch this team compete and it's fun to watch them win games they shouldn't, but it's not in the benefit of the future of this franchise. They need to get one of these top 5 guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to. And 2 months ago, Shea probably gets 5 free throws in that game. He's starting to sell his contact. And the Mavs were furious. And they were all, you could just hear, it was one of the loudest things that happened in the arena last night was how furious they were at these foul calls that Shea continued to get. And they were so happy. Like they were just furiously clapping when he got that offensive foul called on the coach's challenge. It was hilarious. They were all just just as loud as they could possibly clap.
Like Steve Ballmer.
Yeah. So Steve Ballmer clapped like 20 of them. Unreal. But Shea, and it will make Shea better to have better players around him.
Mm-hmm.
These shots that he's getting today are likely the most difficult of his career.
It feels like in semi-pro Andre 3000's character where he's like so much better than everyone else. And then whenever he gets the ball, he just goes through all these people, does whatever he can and scores. And then just like really casually walks back. That's kind of what it feels like with SGA sometimes, where he's so much better than this team. And we're getting used to watching what this team looks like. And then SGA does anything, you're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's like a really good
Well,
basketball player.
And I'm interested to see in the last part of this schedule if teams will go to what the Mavs did the last couple of possessions earlier, like in crunch time. If they're close, then it's just like, nope, we are getting the ball out of your hands. Like
Yeah.
you're like in the last 5 minutes of the game, you're not going to do anything. We're going to throw 2 or 3 defenders at you, and if somebody else makes a shot, who cares?
Yeah.
Dort was pretty good last night, and Teo was really good last night.
Dort was
too.
great.
Everybody
Yeah.
played well. Horford was fantastic last night.
In the first
Yeah.
half, he was awesome.
And there is an enjoyment in watching a bunch of guys that, are fringe NBA players, honestly. Like a
Mhm.
majority of this
Oh, yeah.
roster has either not gotten to the level where you would consider them real, Teo. Like Teo's a rookie. Baisley, who, not that he's the one we're talking about, Kenrich and all of
Right.
these different guys. Like these are guys that are kind of fringe NBA players, and it is really fun to watch them compete at a really high level. But we also have to not ignore the fact that Luka Doncic and Porzingis were out
didn't
last
play.
night.
Yeah.
That's the thing that gives me hope for them. Because if this is how they're going to play, or these are lineups they're going to play, they're going to lose a lot of games because they're not going to play like the Mavericks without Luka and Porzingis are not good. Like
No,
who's like
Tim Hardaway is their best, or Brunson.
Jalen Brunson is
Brunson
probably their best player. Yeah.
Hardaway's been pretty good this year too.
Yeah. Yeah. He was okay last night.
Yeah, he was on.
But if you add Luka to that,
Yeah.
like they probably win in a blowout.
Yeah.
And I'm a little miffed that he didn't play. One, he's 21 years old.
He hasn't played. He didn't play the last OKC game. as
I
well.
know. You're resting him on the second out of a back-to-back. Is he going to play 10 games when he's 30?
Yeah.
He's
Also, like their teams are resting their best players against the Thunder.
Yeah.
it's happening all
What
the
is
time.
that telling
Yeah.
you, right? Like,
Yes.
what is that telling
We
you?
feel like we have a shot, and they demolished the Thunder.
What's crazy though is the last time they played. Yeah, I was about to say they smoked the Thunder with only Mingus on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Mangus.
So they play the Knicks on Saturday.
Mingus.
They actually have back-to-back 1 p.m. games here Central, which is insane. Saturday
Whoa.
and Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Against two teams that are going to compete at for them their highest level.
Yeah, these are two
Teams that wanna win.
try hard teams.
Yep.
Which is like the Thunder are a try hard team. There are very few try hard teams in the NBA this season. Memphis is definitely one, and then New York is definitely one. So it's good. It's good to get some try hard teams in here.
That's what we need, because even last night, if you watch that lineup you were talking about, those 5 guys that are all fringe NBA players, the Mavs had no idea how to defend them because they don't watch any film on these guys. No one knows what they do.
Who are you?
Isaiah Roby, Alex made a joke last night because Isaiah Roby was like so open and went ahead and took a step back 3, but
Yeah.
no one was coming out to him anyway because they're like, I don't even know what you do.
But I don't know about that. I think Boban was afraid that he might get Vucevic,
That's probably
and he hung back and was like, "Yeah, you go ahead and take this. I'm not gonna let you blow by me."
Yeah.
I also feel like we at least have to acknowledge that the Boban Moses Brown matchup was
It was
one
glorious.
of the weirdest, most glorious.
It was so
moments of
great.
The NBA.
What did you
season
think
so
about your least favorite player to ever exist, Moses Brown?
I thought, well, yeah, that is not what I really think, but it is documented if you want to look back that I'm not the biggest fan. He looked kind of like what I thought he would. He's just so big.
He's very, very tall.
That-
He's not as big as Boban, but he is.
He is very tall and
Yeah.
very long. And so it's one of those things like where he did well is when he was playing Kleba, or is it Kleba?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's an entire head taller than him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he can get rebounds and get his own miss
Just
and
sticks
then
his arms
finishes.
out. and
Exactly.
just grabs the ball. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, like nobody is looking at Moses Brown and saying this guy is the center for the future.
of our
But I would be like intrigued to watch him. I mean, they play the Knicks. The Knicks don't really have a center. I mean, they have Nerlens Noel, but that doesn't really count. And then you have the Grizzlies, who I don't. Oh, Jonas.
Jonas. Yeah.
I mean,
He's
Jonas,
been
yeah.
crushing.
He's good.
Jonas will give him
good.
problems.
He's so skilled.
But like in a league that is increasingly less and less big driven, which is funny because at the top, like two of the top 3 or 4 MVP
They
candidates
gotta
are
raise
centers.
somebody up to stop Embiid, man.
But it's just one of those things. Like in matchups like that, Moses Brown will be able to stay on the floor. But they didn't really put him in position. Like if Doncic got him into a pick and roll at any point, like cooked. But so would most people, to be fair.
Yeah.
But he was fine. He actually, he didn't look like he didn't belong. And so it's just kind of what I was looking for, Moses Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's not better than Roby, but
12 boards last night. What do you think of the
9 of which are his own missed shots that he got rebounds on?
Right. 5 offensive.
Yeah.
Seriously, those are all his. They did sub in Roby and Moses Brown together and have Roby at the 4, which I don't think is ideal for Isaiah, but it is what it is. And that just, to me, what they did last night just signals, hey, it's all about development.
Clearly.
That's what the second half of this season is, development only. And the outcome of the game is whatever, but it is about, let's get these guys. They started 2 rookies. They're playing Ty Jerome 27 minutes off the bench.
Which I kind of like him. We haven't talked about Ty Jerome much. I kind of like as a rotation piece. I don't hate him even being potentially part of this for a while.
He's just solid. Yeah. He's fine. Yeah, he's not anything special
or anything terrible.
Yeah, he's just kind of there. He was bad last night, like super bad last night.
See, but when he's bad, he's not even noticeable.
That's true. It's great.
Is that what you want? I don't know. I'm confused.
I think you do.
Yeah, it's funny. They only played Kenrich 18 minutes last night. And it's like, all right, settle down on your plus 13.5 there, sir. Yeah. Take a step back.
That's also a tanking move. Can't play Kenrich too much.
Can't play Kenrich Williams too much.
Let me ask you all a question about lineups last night. So, and somebody asked McKelly this last night on Thunder After Dark. So Muscala doesn't play at all and has been a centerpiece of this team.
Very good for them.
Really good.
Yeah.
McKelly didn't take the bait on this. Is that an indication that they're looking to move him?
Oh, it's Trey Tom, baby.
I don't know. I would guess that if Mike Muscala is not going to play, he would like to be moved. Sure. He's also on an expiring contract. So I think there's just a lot of things at play.
I think between him and George Hill, that's your 2 most tradable assets for the year.
Yeah, probably so. I don't know what his value is around the league.
Yeah.
But I think that he would like to be moved, probably, if he's not going to play, would be my assumption. I don't know that for sure, but I would guess
imagine
that if he wants to go play, he can go help somebody.
Yeah.
If the Lakers strike out on LaMarcus Aldridge, Moose will take that.
I would rather have Moose than LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus.
What?
Let me explain.
That was an insane statement. That was just gonna let you slide.
LaMarcus. So LaMarcus is not going to start for anybody.
No.
He's going to come off the bench.
Yeah.
He's going to take elbow jumpers, and he's going to demand a lot of touches.
He's been taking some threes, though. I mean, on a contender, he's just a luxury piece.
I don't know. I'd rather have off the bench, low usage, catch and shoot threes, and he is more agile than LaMarcus is right now.
Yeah.
LaMarcus is. I just don't think LaMarcus Aldridge can help anybody
at all.
I don't. No.
Even if you don't need him, I think he helps a team that does not need him.
I don't think he does.
We talked about this in a text thread, and I think this is also a conversation that's happening on a national level. I think Portland could use him.
He's not better than Cantor.
Wow.
He's not.
Also, he had an issue with Dame. Because he wanted to be the leader, and then Dame was more of the leader.
Yeah.
Do you think LaMarcus Aldridge regrets leaving Portland?
He's been kind of a nobody in San Antonio.
Yeah, it did not work out the way I thought it would. And Kawhi leaving.
Yeah.
He's been in San Antonio for 5 years.
That's insane. That's crazy.
I thought honestly, when you said that, I thought it was like 10.
Yeah.
Mainly because the last year felt like 7 years.
Yeah. But since he's been in San Antonio, people don't really talk about. I mean, he doesn't really pop up in the
last 2 years. He hasn't. He was super good before the last 2 years. He's just really fallen off.
Well, he's getting older. I mean, he's surely 32, 33.
He's 35.
Whoa.
He's not 35 years
old.
He
is. Yeah, he is.
I mean, that was it. This is his.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't think.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I just don't know who he helps.
I asked this question to Andrew Taylor. Blake Griffin or LaMarcus Aldridge?
Blake Griffin. Just because, Blake Griffin is so much more skilled.
Or Mike Muscala.
I mean, I'd rather have Mike Muscala than Blake Griffin.
It's not crazy. That's not a crazy statement.
It's not crazy.
Because here's the thing about it is
But it's
that
crazy.
He won't even look at him.
I'm not.
he won't
at
even
you.
look at me.
I'll agree with you to be a good team.
I think LaMarcus is a more skilled player at just about everything compared to Mike.
Yeah.
But Mike Muscala is only going to take catch and shoot threes. He's not going to complain. Whatever role you give him, he's going to be super cool with it. I think LaMarcus still he took almost 12 shots a game for the Spurs.
Yeah, you surely hope that if he lands somewhere else, he realizes like, okay, this is if I want to get anything in the offseason, I need to figure out how to play.
Or like, this is my chance to get a championship, because if it's not in this role at this point, then it's not gonna happen.
Or I was buried by Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah.
And they're not giving me the respect that I deserve. I need to go somewhere else where I can show them that I still got it. It's not always with these guys that have been all-stars that, hey, let me just humble myself and show you that I can take 5 shots a game off of the bench and be happy about anything that I get.
Karl Malone did it. Karl Malone's
he started for the Lakers. What do you mean?
He's a good example.
He is a horrible.
If he wouldn't have got hurt, they would have beat the Pistons. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Old Karl Malone was just the difference. What's the difference?
Garrett Payton did it for the Heat.
Yeah, I think he was.
Karl Malone was actually 40 years old.
What?
When he played with the Lakers.
What'd you say?
So Gary Payton did it for the Heat. Just saying,
and also for that Lakers team.
And for the Lakers.
And for that Lakers team. And that's because he was maybe 42.
Hey, just saying.
LaMarcus is only 35. I don't know.
Dude, that's old in
that is old.
Unless you're LeBron James, that's old.
I just wouldn't, if I'm a contender, unless you're the Nets or somebody where you're just like
just accumulating.
You're so good that it doesn't matter who's on your team. But like if I'm the Lakers or if I'm even the Clippers, I'm just like, no thanks, man.
Blake Griffin had a fire sweater on last night. I don't know if you were watching that game.
Yeah, he will look good when he's not playing because he's hurt.
Yeah, that guy knows how to dress.
He does. I like Blake.
I did too.
Did you see that show?
I mean, it's hard to think that his career is going to find some sort of resurrection.
If it'll happen like this, where he's not when KD is back and he's on the floor with like Harden and KD, and he can be
I'll tell you, I was
third guy, ball handler, just passing.
Like mouth open, shocked, listening to Bill Simmons and Zach Lowe say that they would prefer to both of them. Which Bill Simmons is just like hot take central, but when Zach Lowe was kind of like, yeah, that they would both rather have Jeff Green on the floor than Blake Griffin.
Yeah, that's not a hot take.
It shocked me. I know it's not a hot take, but that's shocking.
It's similar to the LaMarcus argument, is that these are like heavy usage guys throughout their entire career, and then they just decline. And Jeff has been a role player for a long, long time and knows how to play a role, knows how to defend, knows how to rotate, knows how to just
making his shots this year.
Yeah,
too.
and he just takes corner threes, and that's
you
it.
Can when you're just standing by yourself because you have Kyrie, James Harden, and eventually Kevin Durant on the floor.
I know.
And Joe Harris. Like, I don't know. Is there a team that has a better spacing offense?
No, they're the best offense of all time. Of all time,
which is crazy because think of the spacing that those Warriors teams had.
Kevin Durant hasn't played in 6 weeks,
and he doesn't have to.
It doesn't matter, and they're like, I think they're middle of the pack in defense, still, without Kevin, who is their best defender by like a large margin.
Can you believe how good Harden and Kyrie are together on the floor together? It's so good.
It's just like this perfect mix of like insanity
I
that
just,
it just like clicked into place.
Are there going to be enough shots?
Do they
Can they play with 3 balls?
Do they need another basketball?
That's for you, Luke, man. I'll tell you, getting through. So we didn't. I mean, anything from All-Star Weekend that's worth dealing with?
No. Dunk contest sucked. 3-point contest was fun.
It's been the highlight of the All-Star. Last year's All-Star game itself was really fun, but the 3-point contest has been the best part of the weekend for a while.
It was great. That was fun. That was delightful.
Steph Curry versus Michael Conley. Conley?
What was
Conley?
that?
I don't know.
Sounds like that's his actor name.
Michael Conley.
Michael Conley. Okay. Do we need to go to Tayshawn's factoid?
Bring it on over to me.
Tayshawn's factoid,
bigger victory.
I love those right as we're about to do it.
Tayshawn's factoid, bigger victory.
Hey, welcome to Tayshawn's factoid, big redeem. So this week, there was a video going around of Zach LaVine and Zion interviewing each other on the sideline. Did you see that at the All-Star game?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was really cute. So I thought it'd be cute.
Did you think it was cute? It was maybe one of the more awkward things to ever happen.
I thought it was really cute. And so I thought it'd be cute.
It was easily the most awkward. I don't know.
Sometimes awkward's cute. So I thought it'd be awkward cute if we asked each other icebreaker questions. I texted a list to you, Andrew.
Oh, you did?
If you
Okay.
see.
All right.
I texted a list to everyone. You can pick one. What we'll do is, Jay, you'll start with me, and then we'll go around to the person to our right, okay? You can pick any of these.
We're just going to do one circle.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's
It's
good.
going to be cute.
That's cute.
Jay?
Am I
Ask me. Yeah, you're
I'm
asking
asking
me,
you,
so
just-
I can set the tone so no one ruins
Taylor,
this. Yeah.
describe an experience in your life that changed your values.
Oh, that was one of the questions that I was hoping you wouldn't ask me.
you literally made
You chose this list.
Oh, man. This is harder than I thought it would be.
I can give you two probably.
Okay.
I mean, getting married and having a baby.
Oh,
Those didn't change Taylor's values.
No. You're jumping to conclusions here, Jay.
change my values. Here's the thing. I'm not making those decisions unless my values are in place beforehand.
Maybe becoming a business owner.
Oh,
Small business owner?
This is hard. I don't know.
Is this how good the Zach LaVine and Zion Williamson?
Yes, this is it. This is exactly it.
Just 45
You know
seconds
what?
of thinking about it.
Pass. I'll ask Andrew one.
He's setting the tone.
Let me set the tone.
This is your thing.
I know, but you asked me the wrong
This
question.
is planned. This is a planned bit.
All right. So,
This is a
Andrew,
bit.
I
This is a
have.
bit.
Yeah, it's a bit. Okay, Andrew.
Oh my goodness.
You
You put it as
using
question
just
number one.
I didn't make this.
You
list.
asked it so that you got the first question. Obviously, they're going to ask
You
the
can pick
first
any
question.
This is going horribly. This is a stupid
Okay,
bit.
Andrew.
Mhm.
When you were 6 years old, what did you want to be when you grow up?
An artist,
Like
We've
painting
actually
or just
talked
like
about
any
this
sort of-
before. My
like a
bad.
cartoonist.
New
Yeah,
question.
we have talked about this.
New
yeah.
question. What is the reason you get up in the morning?
My alarm clock.
Thanks, Dad. I love sitting around the breakfast table with my family,
Yeah.
and it's something that I get to do every single day because I work from home, and it's my favorite part of every single day. It's wonderful. I
That
love
is
it.
so
That's
wholesome.
good, man.
This experience changed my values.
Was that the
There's
whole setup?
one.
That was it. That was my answer.
You have one now.
Me experiencing Andrew telling
Not
his story.
marriage, not having a baby, hearing about Andrew having breakfast with
Yeah,
his
it's
family.
so nice.
Hey,
It has been the beauty of the last year, man. I've eaten dinner with my family.
Yeah.
So many times.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's true. I've eaten dinner with your family.
I know, man. I've done.
Is that true?
No.
Okay.
Okay, now
All right.
you-
L-Man,
Yes.
when was the last time you did something for the first time?
Ooh,
Last time I did something for the first time.
man, this is good.
This is like the ultimate L-Man question, I feel
It
like.
really is.
Let me think. Man, this last time I did something for the first time.
Think of like over a year ago, probably.
I also just want to celebrate your headphones while we're at it.
They're really bad. Are they that bad?
Yeah.
You're wearing like a 1999
Uh-huh.
It is.
computer headphone.
This is what I used to play PlayStation with because it has the McDonald's headset, you know.
Yeah.
It last time I did something for the first time.
You can pass and ask Jay one. if
Let
you
me
have-
pass for now. I'll think of something. I don't know.
Wow.
This is why, Taylor, you should probably provide these to us
This to us last
I
night.
thought
sooner
this-
than
listen.
right when we begin this.
All this
segment.
is, listen, I looked up icebreaker questions because I was like, all right, icebreaker questions, you don't have to really prepare for those because if you're interviewing for a job or like at some kind of retreat or something, these are questions that'll be easy to answer. Hey,
Hey, Jay, I have a question for you. Is it
Okay,
ever okay to waste time?
Absolutely.
See, that's so easy.
That's the easiest
Boom.
question. Yeah, of course it is.
Trying
man.
to
I think it's
segment
actually
over with.
I think it's actually good for you to waste time. That's what we've done for the last 10 minutes.
All right, that was cute.
That was, oh my gosh, so cute. Hey guys, it's Luke's online, L-Man's online deep dive. Time to dive deep with the L-Man. I was on NBA Reddit and I found a 50 random NBA facts list and I liked it. And the best thing about
And I liked it.
I liked it.
I'm about to read all 50.
The best thing is that after people gave their own facts after, and the first 4 are all about Ron Artest, and I thought they were just great.
Okay.
First, the Ron Artest ones was that he went up to Steven Jackson after the Malice in the Palace and asked him, "Do you think we'll get in trouble for this?"
That's a great one.
Second, and he requested a leave of absence from the Pacers early in the 04-05 season to promote his record label, and his request was accepted. And the best one, I thought, he got a part-time job at Circuit City and had to quit when the team owner found out. And this was so that he could get an employee discount on a stereo.
I remember that one.
I really, really like that. And the other really good one was that there was, in 2015, the entire Mavericks backcourt had the exact same birthday.
Yeah.
JJ Barea, Darren Williams, and Raymond Felton were all born on June 26th, 1984.
Yep.
Wow, really?
Right, yeah. I bet they had a joint birthday party.
I have my own pandemic Ron Artest story. He was on tampering very early on because we were trying to like figure out what can we do, and he had started a business or something and wanted to promote it, and so we had him on the podcast. And this was like when Zoom had first started, and so I just had the regular non-paid for Zoom account, and they hadn't upgraded my account yet, so I only had 40 minutes. And we were at like 39 and a half minutes. And I had messaged them before the pod, like, hey, let's get this upgraded so that we can do more than 40 minutes with Ron Artest. And I assumed they were going to do it. And then we get to 40 and the pod just shuts down. And when Ron was in mid-sentence.
Oh, no.
And so you're like, can we even get him back on the show? Can we even make this happen? Like everybody is just like fuming. And this is like maybe like week 2 or 3 on the job for me. And I'm just like scrambling to make things happen. And we get him back on a different Zoom call. And the thing about it, he was totally cool. And he was like, hey, no problem. We'll just pick right back up. What was I saying? And like, he just picked right up and just like continued on, which I was like, oh, thank God.
What if you got back on with him and you realized he had never stopped talking the whole time? And you get back on with him and he's like, so that's why I'd like to promote this company.
Yeah.
That's somebody that like the arc of his life and career, like maybe the most, like, I don't know if he was ever hated, but just
he was hated.
Literally jumped into the stands and beat up fans.
Yeah,
suspended for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was with the Lakers, like, remember he elbowed Harden in the face.
Yeah.
He was still kind of a bad guy, but like towards the end of his career and now in post career, like people are like, Ron Artest is insane, but he's kind of a likable insane.
He was so nice, like so kind during that whole thing.
It's wild.
It was he gave me the grace I needed at the time.
Hey man, we still have a non-paid account for Zoom. So can you start back over?
No, I didn't even like. This is like maybe the 4th time I'd ever even used Zoom at the time. Now I've used it like hundreds of times. I use it multiple times a day. All right, let's go to the stream real quick. Let's see who is here with us this morning. Hoops Talk 69, as always. We have David Likata. We have David Likatong. We have Miroslav Juric here from Germany. Thank you for listening. W Kim 14 from Sydney. Fetty from Argentina. We have Christos from Greece. Just worldwide, down to dunk worldwide. David is from Australia that I mentioned earlier. Evan from Tulsa. Miguel Davella, as always. Eli from Edmond. Worldwide. Bailey from Adelaide, Australia. We have Kevin from Virginia, Garrett from Tulsa. We have Anarudha, I mispronounce it every time, from India. A name I can't pronounce, from Turkey. Thanks for joining. Lawrence from Boston. Just worldwide, DTD worldwide. Ross from New Jersey.
It's either that or it's a wonderful bit that our fans are doing.
Traveling teacher from Ethiopia.
They just jump on and start throwing out random countries.
Oh, I trust it. Daniel from UK.
Polar bear from the Arctic.
He said, "Who's got?" Daniel from the UK wants to know who's got the best footwear on the pod this morning.
Ooh,
I got new shoes.
it might be the L-Man.
I think it's L-Man.
Oh,
Definitely L-Man.
He's got
Here.
the white Nike SB Janoskis,
That's
all
right.
white.
Winner.
Those
That's
are
right,
cool.
man.
You're keeping them clean too. You've had these for
I really tried to
for a
keep
minute.
clean.
You've done a good job.
Can't wear much this week because it's going rain.
That's true. All right. Thanks for being on the stream.
Talk about the weather.
We'll be right back after this quick break. I don't know about you guys, but I listen to podcasts all day long. It's part of my job, but I still enjoy doing it. And I'd probably do it even if I wasn't working in podcasts. I wake up, I throw my earbuds in, and I'm listening to podcasts. And the earbuds that I'm throwing in are Raycon wireless earbuds. I used to kind of fool around with plugging a wire into the headset, and sometimes they get pulled out or I drop my phone and it would just be an absolute mess. Sometimes I just need a little bit of space from my phone. I need to set it down and walk around, but I'd still like to be able to listen to podcasts or to audiobooks or even just some music. And I don't want to just have my phone on my hip all the time. So I use my Raycon wireless earbuds, and it is just a wonderful experience. They provide 6 hours of playtime, so I don't need to be recharging them even throughout the day. 6 hours should be plenty for me to listen to during the day, and they are. It's wonderful. Raycon makes great sound that's accessible to everyone, with wireless earbuds starting at half the price of other premium audio brands. They're also sweat and water resistant, and the Bluetooth pairs very quickly, which is nice. And the design is a little bit more discreet as well. It's not some big thing sticking out of your ear, which I very much enjoy. Raycon.com is offering 15% off all their products for Down to Dunk listeners. And here's what you got to do. You go to buyraycon.com/dunk. That's it. That's all you got to do. You'll get 15% off your entire order. So feel free to grab a pair and a spare. That's 15% off. Buyraycon.com/dunk. Buyraycon.com/dunk. And we're back from that quick break. I feel bad I haven't done that yet.
That's not Twitter questions.
I just feel bad.
All right, guys, let's jump into our first Twitter question. It comes from @DortPoy, who wants to know what other teams have joined the tank train as we approach the trade deadline. Are Kings and Spurs all aboard? Are Wizards and Cavs still trying to make the playoffs? I'm stressing out. Help. Skull emoji.
Death. So to me, the only teams that are like truly tanking are Detroit, Houston, OKC, Minnesota. Obviously, Minnesota doesn't want to be this bad. Minnesota would like to have a winning record, so they're not really tanking.
That's the thing that's hard because, like, same with Cleveland. Like,
Same
they're
with
trying
Cleveland.
to win.
Same with Sacramento.
Washington
would like to be
New
good.
Orleans, I think, still wants to be good.
New Orleans definitely wants to be good. They're super peeved as to how bad they are. So I really think that's really the only teams that are truly tanking. The rest of these teams just are not good. So I wouldn't worry. San Antonio's not tanking. The LaMarcus Aldridge thing, again, is not a move to get worse. They will not be worse when LaMarcus Aldridge is off their team. I think that they will be around the same and possibly better.
I just don't think they'll be bad until Papa's gone.
Yeah, and they've got players. They've got some good players on their team.
Yeah, Derek White's back. DeJounte Murray. I mean,
DeRozan's been good this year.
Yeah.
DeRozan's been very good this year.
And they've gotten something out of Pirtle.
Pirtle's been good. Yeah.
Jakob.
Do you guys think Popovich regrets not retiring?
There's a chance. His hair, man.
It's great.
The post game and pre game interviews for these guys is already awkward enough.
Yeah.
And so I saw one with Popovich the other day where it's like the frame of the picture is he's at the very bottom of it, and so it looks like he's sitting in like a toddler chair, and his hair is just insane, and he's got a mask on. I'm like, Pop, you can probably just bail on interviews for the year.
I mean, surely his job has not been fun the last 2 to 3 years.
He's
surely
he's a grinder. I don't know.
He's a
Marcus Aldridge -9 on the season for the Spurs.
What do you think about the Kings?
I think they would like to be good,
I think
and
if
they
lose
stink.
How's Luke Walton still there?
I think that probably ownership doesn't want to pay more money for a coach, because if he gets fired, you still have to pay him.
You remember the time they had,
And also, this is a huge part of this season, is that there are so many teams right now that sit back and think this season is weird. It's messed up. We are not changing anything this season.
It's probably valid.
And we're not doing anything to jeopardize anything. Even if we think we need a new coach, we're not doing it this season. We'll do it in the off season. We'll do it next season when things get back to normal.
You remember when they fired Mike Malone?
Yeah, that was a bad move.
And even Dave Yeager is better than Luke Walton.
for sure. Where is Dave Yeager?
Where are they now? Let's spend some time on this. Where is
Dave Yeager had a hot streak there for a while though. Dave Yeager was like
he was pretty good.
New coach.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
So hot.
He looked like a police officer.
A really hot one.
What's wrong with you?
Oh man,
he's an
All right, let's go on to our
Philadelphia.
next Twitter question. It comes from @ShayMyName1.
Say my name.
Who wants to know or says it's college basketball tournament time. What type of tournament could you all win? And are you ashamed of the answer? Thanks, DTD crew. Hey, thanks to you @ShayMyName. I think I could win some type of Nintendo Mario type video game tournament. Like
well, you got to name. Give us one.
Mario Kart. I think I could school you guys.
Double Dash.
Yes.
Like, is it a tournament just between the four of us?
In my mind.
Okay.
That
In
is,
my mind.
I would rock you
Yeah,
guys.
I don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
if it's
probably.
between the four of us, we all probably have something then.
Yeah, I would
I got something for
Mario
you.
Kart. I'd kick your guys' butts. And really, I think any Mario sports type.
I'll just go ahead and throw it out.
video
Probably
game
any
would be
video game.
Probably any video
yeah.
game.
good. Okay, probably. I'll give you myself that.
Yeah.
I would say that for sure. I do not play video games hardly ever. I do play. I've been getting down to some Smash Bros with my kids lately. though.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Who's your
Can
character?
you actually be good at Smash Bros? Or because
Yes,
the only time I've
without
ever
a doubt,
played it
yes.
is I just hammer buttons the whole entire time.
Yeah, there's
If you've ever watched like the professional like actual video game tournament people,
I haven't.
spend 3 minutes on YouTube and just
Really?
look it up.
it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
They are outrageously good.
Yeah.
In
Link,
ways you could never even imagine.
Link, and if I'm getting frisky, young Link.
Oh, there you
go. Okay. I would beat everyone here in a pool tournament. I'm actually pretty good.
For
at
real?
pool.
Really?
Wow.
Pretty good at pool.
Prove it.
I'd love to.
Let's all get
I am
our second
too.
shots and then go out.
You are too.
Mm-hmm.
I really think I'd beat you.
I don't think I'm
I
terrible.
don't think you
I have
would.
a-
I really don't.
I have a
think you
natural
would.
gift.
You would destroy me at pool.
Really? You're
Yeah.
not good at pool?
Uh,
Well, then yeah, I'd destroy you.
right.
I would take you to the woodshed.
Luke might
Take
be the
you out
only
to
person that
pasture.
knows what this is, but I would kill you guys in roof ball.
Oh, dude. I don't know if you guys
Can
don't
I
know.
guess what it is?
You throw the ball up on the
You
roof
guys
and try to catch it.
Actually, Taylor wouldn't have been
Okay.
there.
It was a game that we invented at this like high school
Camp.
camp.
Yeah.
And there's this at that
Called
Red,
LDI or whatever.
Red
Yeah.
Rock Canyon that
Yeah.
where the
been there.
tabernacle is.
Yep. Been there.
The pitch of the roof is perfect where you throw the ball on it. It takes enough time to get back down. You throw the ball on the roof. When
You can't see it because it's probably 20 feet.
Yeah, you can see it when it
it's
maybe
about
like
to come. Yeah.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
You've got
It's
a very small window to see
Yeah.
it.
And so it comes off, and you have to catch the ball in the air and throw it back on the roof.
Oh,
Yeah.
But if you
In
touch,
midair.
if you don't miss the ball hits the ground, or you are touching the ball and you're touching the ground, you're out.
Yeah.
And it's just like a gotcha.
You're in a
style
line.
tournament. You're in a
And
line.
you're just cycling through.
it-
that's a good game.
It is one of the funnest games I've ever played.
Yeah,
And immediately, everyone that plays is good enough to where it's competitive.
Yeah.
And people get to where they get good and then take it very seriously.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And it's fun.
and I crushed everybody.
He was very good.
And Jord was so mad when I beat him. It was down to me and Jord, and I beat him. And he was. I've seen Jord mad a lot, but the Jord was losing it
because it gets to the end where it's like just two people. Going
like gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Incredible.
very, very, very
Yeah.
good. It's a fun game.
I'd crush you guys though.
I
Wow.
want to play that game right now.
I know.
I want to play that
You
game.
want to head to
It's very
Candy
fun.
Camp?
Let's
I'm gonna
drive
go
down.
Find a roof. I bet there's a good roof in this neighborhood.
Surely.
Yeah,
there's some
we
good
can
roofs around there.
play some good
They're like,
roof ball.
honey, what's that sound?
It's four grown men.
Grown-ass men throwing a dodgeball
I
up
hear
there.
a lot of things hitting the roof and then just grown men breathing way too heavily.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Like
Jay.
between the four of us, like
Football for sure.
yeah.
One-on-one
It's hard.
football.
It's like I just am like my body is a wreck these days. But
You'd win
maybe
basketball.
lifting stuff.
No, your back. No, I think one of us could outlift you because your back would go out.
Three point contest. Win the tournament between all.
Yeah.
of
I think we
3
should
I think
do.
that's
I
probably
think we
right.
should do a make a video where it's like us doing like the 3-point contest skills competition, just so the people know at home.
We do it. We can do like a down to dunk Olympics.
I think that would be great.
That would
Yeah.
be awesome.
And you know what else we should all do? You know those things at bars where you have to punch the punching bag, see who punches hardest?
Ooh,
I
yeah.
would love to do that too.
Okay.
Luke, you would destroy in a crushing some Bud Lights.
That's true.
There you go.
Those go hand in hand.
That's
The
it.
punching
Look
bag.
how gifted you are.
Got a lot of skills.
You're really talented.
And the thing is, I like to combine skills. Drink the Bud Lights while playing the video games. Drink the Bud Lights, punching the punching bag. It's really, it can combine anything.
I like to combine skills,
Yeah.
drinking liquid, drinking alcohol, and doing this thing.
It's great. A lot of skills I've got. All right, guys, let's move on to
Drinking
our
alcohol.
next.
Oh my god.
Let's,
I like to combine skills. Taylor, what have you done? Taylor, what have you done?
all right, let's move on to our next Twitter question.
Too hyped. Too hyped.
And it is from @LoganGoodner7, who wants to know, what are your go-to trash pizza places in OKC?
I think that it's trash just in the fact of like branding but it's good.
Trash is what you make.
Is
All
what?
American pizza, man.
All American pizza.
It's not. It's delightful. It's,
it's
not
trash.
trash.
That's what I'm
trash.
saying, but it's
It
like
is
you would
not.
think- you
It's
think of it
so
like-
good.
It's trash.
it would be defined as a trash style pizza.
We're talking quality of ingredients here,
I don't.
Andrew.
I mean,
That's
it's
the
cheese and sauce.
I'll
the
say this. I'll say
disrespect.
this. It is not gourmet pizza.
Little
It is
Caesars,
cheap.
Little Caesars versus All American. Which one would you call trash?
They're
Little
both
Caesars,
trash.
easy.
No, they're both
comparatively.
trash food, but Little Caesars is better.
You are
I
messed
don't-
up
I
in the
don't-
head.
quicker.
You have some.
You know where I
have
can
some
go?
poor values.
Little-
Have you been to the Little Caesars by our house? Because it is perfect every time.
It is pretty good. I go
You walk to
sometimes. No.
Drinking a Bud Light?
I refuse
I
to
wish.
accept this.
Drinking
I
a Bud Light, walking
Drink
to Little
alcohol
Caesars.
while eating pizza. Combine skills.
Combining my skills.
Skills combined.
I refuse to accept anything that's been said in the
All
last
American,
35 seconds.
There's not a really good All American by my house. I would go more. There's a place called Village Pizza that's just like,
Hey, it's good.
it's very
It's
good.
really good.
It's very good.
It's probably just All American.
No,
it's
no,
not.
no,
No,
it's a
no,
little
no,
thicker.
no.
We have
crust,
a really
little
good
thicker
All
bread.
American here over Penn.
There's one up here called Stars and Stripes Pizza. It's just All American.
It's all American. Yeah.
Oh, well, this one might be, but they have a good calzone.
There's an All American on 33rd right by my house, man.
Real
It's-
good calzone.
We
No,
do some
this is-
barbecue chicken pizza. From
Yeah,
there.
dude.
So good.
You did the
Dude, the
family
barbecue-
deal?
Yeah, throw a couple 2 liters in.
Yeah, it's
The barbecue chicken pizza is hilarious because we used to get that at work all the time at Tree and Leaf, and it's just mustard. It's like mustard is the sauce with a little bit of barbecue in it.
Nope,
no,
Yeah.
wrong.
that's a trash pizza place.
Yeah,
We used to get all American. And it
Yeah.
was like mustard sauce.
you are wrong.
No, it's barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
man.
Y'all don't even know good barbecue.
That's how do I save face?
If you think that's good barbecue sauce, you don't know good barbecue.
how do I get out of this?
Make weird voice.
It's like it's go-to.
Gotta
All right.
get out of here.
Guys, I have to go, but I'm gonna read the next Twitter question for you guys, and then drop this bomb and leave.
Oh.
All right, this one comes from @Brian
Here,
John.
get in my car.
Yeah, no, never,
Don't combine those two
never.
skills.
That's forbidden talents. Don't combine those talents.
That is a
That is-
combustible combination.
That is forbidden talents.
All right. Don't do it.
Forbidden talents.
Our next Twitter question comes from @BrianJohn2004, who wants to know prime Russ or prime Dame.
Balik.
This look really? Because look,
That was so cute what you guys just did. I'm glad that was on there. Very cute episode today.
Bye, Luke.
Luke, you look cute today.
Just keep talking to the microphone. Who's muted the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
One of the two of these guys has an MVP.
Yep.
Yep.
The other doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, really, we're talking 2017 Russ versus whatever, maybe this year of Dame, right?
Is this Dame's best year?
It might be. He's been very, very good.
He has been.
prime
He's had
Russ.
some really good. It's prime Russ, but I understand the debate because
Sure,
every
absolutely.
time Dame and Russ have gone against each other,
In the last
Dame has killed Russ.
in the last 3 or 4 years. But before that, Russ cooked.
Before that, yes, without a doubt. I think we forget. I think it's easy to forget. Russell Westbrook, 2016-17. This is prime Russ. We want to talk about
This
prime
is
Russ.
MVP Russ.
31.6 points per game, led the league in scoring, 10 assists, 10 boards. Dame can't do 10 assists, average it for a whole season. Hasn't been able to do it. 1.6 steals per game, shooting 34% from 3 on 7 attempts per game. 24 shots per game, shooting 85% from the line. I don't think Dame is very good, but has not had an equivalent season to that.
No.
Last season, he was 30 points, 8 assists, 4 boards, 40% from 3.
This is Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the diff. I mean, the
That's
difference
pretty
is that
sick.
Dame's game, number one, is going to age better
Without a
because
doubt,
yes.
because he's not as dependent on his athleticism.
Without a doubt.
And it just is in the game that has evolved so quickly into 3-point driven. Is Russ just feels more archaic
Mhm.
than Dame's game. But that year, which would be Russ's prime,
Mhm.
and before that, man, like we forget that Russ was insane
He was so
with Kevin Durant
good.
too.
Yeah.
True.
They were so good.
True.
Dude, he even in that finals in 2012,
46
Russ had a
point
46
game,
point
yeah.
game. He was so good.
I know it's easy. It's really easy because the narrative lends itself to this to just pour on Russ as far as his decline. But
Right.
he was really good.
So we can compare those two seasons. I think probably maybe last year was Dame's best season statistically,
Mm-hmm.
and it just still doesn't really compare. I mean, you would say like, oh, field goal percentage. Like Dame was 46. Well, I guess it is quite a bit. Actually, never mind. Russ is 42. But still, like Russ, assists, rebounds, everything is like so much better.
Dame does have Dame time though.
Yeah,
Russ
but that
does not
year,
have
Russ
Russ time.
That year,
yes, he
Russ was
did.
the most
Yes,
clutch player in the NBA.
No, that year he did.
yes, that's what we're talking about.
It was one
Prime,
year.
prime.
Yes, prime
All right.
Russ, prime Dame. His VORP is better.
I'm just trying to make
His
a little
box
bit
plus
of-
minus is better than Dame. His win shares are the same. No, his win shares are better than Dame's last season. And his usage was way higher, 41.7% usage to 30%. And he has like better overall efficiency numbers. Higher assist percentage, kills him in rebounds. He was just better. I mean, I just don't, I think we forget how good Russ was that
Yeah.
season. There have not been many seasons in NBA history that compare to what Russ did that season
Mhm.
with that team.
Yeah,
And
because remember the on-off numbers between him and Samaj, like it was.
It was insane.
Oh yeah.
But it was also
that
maybe
whole
it
year,
was maybe
yeah.
the best point guard in the league and the worst point guard.
Well, I
in the
remember.
league.
yeah.
I mean, in the playoff series against the Rockets, like the Thunder won every minute that Russell was on the floor.
Yep,
Mhm.
and lost
That was the whole season.
substantially every single minute that he was
Yeah.
on the floor.
that was it.
He was really good.
Yeah, he's great. All right.
Dame sucks. All right, I'm with
Let me
you
ask
guys.
this question.
Dame sucks.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get at is that Dame sucks.
Dame sucks.
So at Sam Joe 1489 asked this question: who are you most looking forward to watching in the NCAA tournament, both for scouting future Thunder players and players teams just for fun? I mean, it's got to be OSU, not just because Andrew's an OSU fan.
Yeah,
they really have played substantially better in this last half. Not that they were bad, but like the 2 wins against OU were huge. Cade was incredible in both those games.
Yeah,
they obviously won their first game of the Big 12 tournament against West Virginia. I think they play Kansas or Texas.
Dude, I'm just so narrowed in on the NBA that I just don't.
Which is the right place to be. But so here's the teams I would look at: OSU, Gonzaga
for sure.
Watch USC.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple SEC teams that have some guys that are going to be in that range. So Florida State has Scotty Barnes, which is not a SEC, but Florida State. Then I would watch Arkansas. They have Moses Moody.
Yeah.
Then you've got Tennessee, who has a couple guys that are, and these are all kind of, you're in the top 10 range with most of these guys. Yeah. Kentucky, I don't even know if they're making the tournament.
They're not. They're horrible.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
Duke is out because they have a COVID
Duke is horrible too. Yeah.
Case, and they're not. I'm not sure they're good.
Yeah, they're not
so beyond that, Texas has a couple good players that you may be looking at, but I can't go much further than that.
It's kind of interesting this year, like who's going to win the championship, because the main
Gonzaga
Gonzaga's
everybody.
Yeah, they have like they should be the heavy favorite.
Yeah. I need a Thunder fan to get on the Corey Kispert train with me, because that's the guy that Oklahoma City never had. That I wish he kind of reminds me like he's a better version of Doug McDermott. So I understand that we kind of had that, but
yeah,
the way Sam Vecini talks about him and watching just his ability to score and shoot, it's like
better than Doug McDermott was in college, though.
I don't know. I mean, he's incredible.
He will. So McDermott was like he's similar to like Adam Morrison in college, where he's like just that much better than college players, where he can just score and do everything.
Dude, he was really good.
Yeah. But once he got to the league, like he couldn't be that guy in the league.
Right,
and the thing with Corey Kispert is that he can be this guy in the league, because he's just, I mean, he can do more than just spot up shoot, but like that's his main skill.
Yeah.
And you can see his game translating to the NBA level easily.
He's big, and they're just fun. And they also have Jalen Suggs, obviously. That's a huge piece of food.
Yeah.
So
at _CL12_ wants to know our opinion of pineapple on pizza.
I don't hate it. Actually, this is one of my favorite pizzas is Domino's Alfredo sauce, pineapple, and jalapeno.
Okay.
Interesting.
That is a wild combination.
Try it, though.
My wife,
really good.
My wife. She loves pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
It's for me, as I'm such a texture flavor combination guy, that it's just not my jam. I don't have a problem with it, but it's not mine.
If you're seeking umami on a pizza, you got to have some sweet sometimes. And so I understand sometimes you just want a sausage. Sometimes you just want a meat lovers. Sometimes you just want a straight up cheese pizza.
Wow.
But if you're trying to find something different, experience pizza in a different way, pineapple is the ingredient in combination with others. Combine skills of the pineapple with the skills of the jalapeno.
I like it.
It's good.
I'm in favor.
Do you do like the ham and pineapple?
Yeah, I'll do whatever and pineapple. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's good.
Is this the end of the podcast?
That's the outro, right?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast.
I'm in favor.
The Thunder keep playing this week, Saturday, Sunday, 1:00 here Central Time.
Yeah. Enjoy the afternoon games, everybody.
Wow. See you at the arena.
Leave us a review if you have the time, and have a great day.
It's my favorite thing.